Ready?
Yep.
All right, tonight is the regular scheduled meeting, Tuesday, April the 21st, 2020. The meeting is now called to order. Myra, would you like to call roll, please?
Yes. Judge Executive Robbie Williams.
Present?
County Attorney Keith Bartley.
Here.
County Treasurer David Lane.
Here.
Magistrate District 1 Mark Ryder.
Here.
Magistrate District 2 George Usley.
Yeah.
Magistrate District 3 Mike Tackett.
Here.
And Magistrate District 4 Ronnie Akers.
Here. Myra, you want to lead us in prayer, please?
Our most kind and gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you, Lord, for another beautiful day. We ask you, Lord, to look upon this fiscal court and bless them with any and all decisions that is made, always for the betterment of the citizens of this county. We ask a special prayer upon all branches of governments, Lord, as we're dealing with this COVID-19 virus that has put great stress upon all governments, Lord. And I ask a special blessing tonight upon my boss, Chris Wall. I ask you to please lift him up, Lord. Bless him and his family and just strengthen him through this journey that they are facing right now. I ask you, Lord, to go with us for the remainder of this week, and as we go home this evening, give us a safe journey home. In your precious Son's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Next, we have the approval of the minutes for the last meeting.
Motion.
Myra, you want to call roll, please?
Magistrate District 1 Mark Ryder.
4.
Magistrate District 2 George Usley.
Yes.
Magistrate District 3 Mike Tackett. Magistrate District 4 Ronnie Akers.
Treasurer's report. David, anything we need to report?
Nothing unless somebody's got a question, Judge. It's also got the quarterly in it as well on the front, but, I mean, we received what we dispersed, but we're not doing very much, as well.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to, the information I'm getting from Frankfurt, we're going to have some pretty deep cuts coming on our road fund. I was expecting that information today, but
I actually got it, I think it's down 380-some thousand, I think is what it is, county road aid for next year.
it's down 380, or it's going to be 380.
No, it was like 1.6 or 1.7, and it's 1.3 or something thereabouts. It's about 300-some thousand.
No, so did you get that today, the updated one today?
I did, yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen it. Give us that, let's get that information, Dave.
Okay.
Is it based on fuel tax?
Yes.
Yes.
They say anything about the flex and the 80-20 bridge program?
Flex, my understanding, there probably will be no flex. I don't know that for certain,
Well, that's 146, usually somewhere in that.
but, well,
neighborhood,
it's,
so
yeah, it was 170 this year, so if we lose that, and on top of this, I mean, you know, we're just gonna have to, we're gonna have to buckle down.
$1,284,397.
1,000,002.
Yeah.
Does it show what it was last year, Dave?
I think it was right at 1 point.
When it was up 1.7?
No, I don't believe it was that high. It could have been, but I don't think so. Very well could have been.
If you can, when you get a minute, if you run it, do we have anything that has last year's number on that?
I do at the house. I don't
Okay.
do it with,
I think that's something that we probably need to.
1.439 is where we was at last year.
Okay.
So that's 250,000.
250,000 reduction.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We just have to tighten up.
That's the winter.
Well, with no flex and stuff, you start adding.
You're cutting back. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see
From
on,
what
on
we
the
got
flex.
last time. There may not be no bridge money, we got bridge money last time too.
Yeah, yeah. You know, there's a lot of unknowns right now with everything that's going on with the state budget. It all trickles down to us.
We didn't get any discretionary money back yet, either.
We haven't received the discretionary money yet. I really don't think that they're not gonna honor that MOA. I think that's just one of those things that, with everything that's going on, they just haven't gotten around to it yet. But we have gotten the majority of the flex,
Yes,
correct?
yes.
So, did Dale get you those, the different ones that was flex and ones discretionary, that you can reconcile
No,
that?
not yet,
David?
but we talked
Okay.
about it a few minutes ago.
Okay, that way we can reconcile it as we get it. Okay, let's see, 911 report, anything, nothing to report? Okay, now we did file an emergency declaration yesterday. The reason for that is because FEMA, was it FEMA, Tim, or who was talking that they might be able to combine the last two, the flooding?
The state has asked that the last three events be combined in the event that they've already pretty much met their match on.
Mhm.
The Region 4 FEMA has not given us a verdict yet. If they do that, then a little bit on this one and more on the one we had just previously, the month before, that we had over 300,000 would come in. But it's just gonna come down to where the Region 4 FEMA agrees to combine those with the one from the few weeks before.
So the flooding, we met the threshold on the flooding, but the state didn't meet the
Right.
total threshold
The
on the
state has
flooding
to meet
that
the
occurred
6.6.
approximately 4 weeks ago. We're probably not going to meet the threshold with the wind damage that we had last week, but the state's going to meet the threshold. They'll probably end up meeting the threshold
They might.
on that, maybe.
But they're trying to roll them all in, because they've got one from February where they did meet.
Mhm.
And we didn't really have anything in it, but other counties did. And they're trying to get FEMA to roll them all together and say it was like part of the same storm.
Sure.
But we haven't got a verdict.
Yeah, so if they do that, then we can get reimbursed on those projects
Yes.
per FEMA. Okay. All right, appreciate it. Nothing to report on the solid waste. Jail report, don't have anything. Bear's not here. Citizens' comments, I guess it's just us. We do have something for executive session. We are,
go in.
you make a motion for executive session, Mike?
Yeah.
That's to discuss personnel, Judge?
Yes, it is to discuss personnel issue. Yes.
Second.
Need a second.
Second.
All right, we're gonna go into executive session.
You want us to leave, right?
No, we'll just go into the library.
I know. We talked about it about 2 weeks ago. I know. But I'll give it to you.
You been four-wheeling in? Hey? Where'd you go? Did you haul it over?
No, I just go across the.
Oh, you go where Chucky Road, or Chuck Road? He's the principal down Adams, Chuck Road. He lives there. Up in,
Right
now, all that's.
Abbott. No, it, is that what his dad's name is?
No, there's roads over there, but I don't think Chuck was.
No, his daddy lived up there. He was a preacher. His mom was a secretary out of Adams Middle School. Yeah.
I mean, I think,
Police
yeah.
park trailer out there, house, and you go, come through there where,
Go across the mountain.
yeah,
You know,
where,
one over there or not.
yeah, where,
I'm fine.
Oozley's.
Keep people
The
working.
Hey, Dad.
John M. Stumbo owned that,
Yeah.
yeah.
want to talk to you about something on this FEMA stuff.
Okay. Is that a good thing about it?
Well, no, it's a good thing. It's how the FEMA money comes, right now, all the FEMA money comes in and goes in that one account.
Goes to the road, and then we transfer it to FEMA.
Okay, you transfer it to FEMA.
Mhm.
Okay, well, there's a good portion of that stuff that was already completed. The county paid for it out of their
I
pocket.
figured that.
And it's already been used, so technically that money could go back to the road fund. And every job we do, unless they're doing something I don't know of, they never take the wages that they pay these guys out of that FEMA fund.
Well, the only reason I like it coming into the road that way, because I know some of it is we're coding it wrong. You know, when we do a PO, we're coding it to road supplies and it should have been FEMA supplies. So when they come and do a FEMA audit and go back and say, well, you got $1.2 million and you're only saying you spent $400,000, then we're gonna have to go back and find invoices to match. But if,
Don't you,
What I'm saying is you couldn't really lose 300,000.
for what?
On your road thing for next year.
Yeah.
We can easily look in there.
Well, we put 380 into the FEMA account out of the road to start with.
Right, you know that.
Yeah, so,
But I mean, I'm just saying, part of that.
I mean, that
is-
FEMA account's got 400-some thousand in it, I think.
Oh, it's gonna have a lot more by the
Yeah.
time they start paying these.
you know, maybe we should do those FEMA POs separate.
Well,
Could you do that?
he could, but when anybody gets a PO for
But
FEMA,
I do the ordering.
Yeah.
I could,
you just need to tell him that this is for FEMA.
I do, but that don't mean it always.
But even without the man's labor, I mean, that's just another way to look at it.
Yeah.
And that's fully legal.
Make a motion, come back,
That's what it's
back
for.
to the
That's what it's for.
scheduled meeting.
Mate,
Second, second.
I'll second.
okay, we went into executive session to discuss a personnel issue. I've made a recommendation on a county personnel for a 3-day suspension. I need to get a motion. We have to take a vote on it. Mike, you made the motion?
Yeah.
Mary, you want to call roll, please?
Mike and Mark. Master Mark Carter.
Four.
Master George Usley.
Yes.
Master Mike Tackett.
Yeah.
Master Ronnie Eckler.
Okay, I want to, before we get into the second reading of the jail budget, I just want to give a quick update on the COVID-19. We did have our 6th confirmed case this afternoon in Floyd County. We do want to tell folks that be diligent and stay on your toes, keep doing what you're doing. I think for the most part, the citizens are doing what we're asking. But this isn't going away anytime soon, folks. It's going to be with us for some time. If you have a compromised immune system, I'd suggest you stay in the house. If you do go out, you should be wearing a mask. If you go in grocery stores, you need to, if the stores are crowded and there's crowds in any place you go, you probably need to wait and go back at another time. But please be diligent and remember, we're doing a good job. We're keeping our cases low, and I think the reason being is we're doing what the governor is asking us to do. Also, something else that we need to address is the census. Was on a conference call with the governor's office today concerning the census. Our census numbers are down. That is due to the fact that the census information is not being sent out to P.O. boxes. So folks who have a P.O. box will not get the census data. I don't know who came up with this. I guess the folks in Washington. So if you have a parent, someone in your family that has a P.O. box, it's important that we get this census data filled out, because this is how our funding, and Keith, correct me if I'm wrong, not just our funding, but how our House, Senate districts are drawn up in the state of Kentucky is based on our census data.
Can they download an application or something?
you can actually go online and do the census online.
Yeah.
You don't have to download it at all, you can do it right there
Has
online.
anybody got the website?
It's just US Census, US Census.
And that's always been the case, Judge, and it's not just if you got a post office box, but it's if you use that post office box as your primary residence, as your residential address, then you won't get a paper census.
Yeah.
I've actually, in years past, reached out to people and said, hey, I didn't get one, what I gotta do to get it, because I always use the post office box instead of a street address.
Yeah.
So that is a real problem, and the monies that are tied to it will be more important than ever because of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Absolutely. With the federal funds that are now coming down from the COVID-19 are distributed based on census data. That's what they use. So it is very important that we get this filled out. And like I said, if you have family members, help them. Neighbors, help them.
Yeah, I did mine online and it didn't take any time.
5 minutes.
Less, probably less.
Yeah.
And trust me, I am no technology. For me to do it, anybody can do it.
Doesn't take an electronics guru.
It does not.
Okay, well, you're gonna notice over the next few weeks, we will be doing some videos and some other things to try to get those census numbers up. It has been extended to October the 31st, I'm thinking.
Can we get the radio stations or even YMT?
Well, some of the things we are going to start doing, we have notified our utility companies. We're going to see if we can't work with them. Actually, I called RECC today, was one of the companies we called to see if we could do a mail
How
stuff.
about even Appalachian Wireless send out a text message to people?
Well, we're going to. That's what we're working with Appalachian. We called RECC, we called Appalachian Wireless.
Even that code red thing, can we do something on code red and send it to people?
I don't know. I don't know if we can do that or not. But we're trying, and we're going to contact the school system and see if they'll do the robocall through their network also.
Be good.
So we're going to hit it from a lot of different directions to try to get these numbers up. It's important. We've just had so much going on. It's been hard for us to focus on it lately.
We find
And,
out who's selling those calls every day about the car warranty. We can
the
get
car warranty people, yeah,
They're talented, aren't they?
Yeah.
I've got a 594 number. When I call people, they don't even answer. They think it's the car warranty people.
There's people in the field, Robbie, going around, I've seen these things hanging on doorknobs on these abandoned houses and stuff.
Well, I think they cut back on a lot of the folks going out because of the COVID-19. But what you have to realize is we're at a disadvantage because I would say here in Floyd County, we're probably at, 30–40% of our people still use P.O. boxes?
Maybe more than that.
Yeah.
They're, maybe you can get churches or something.
Well, we are. That's some of the church outreach. We're going to try to do some videos, do some different things, but we're going to work with the senior citizens, the folks that's delivering our meals in the field. Try to do some stuff with them if they can get in contact with us.
In the end, it's almost a competition for the federal funds.
That's right.
So if Fayette County or Jefferson County has a higher percentage of their people do the census than we do, they get
They
a
get
higher
more
percentage
money.
of
They get
money.
more money. Well, it's like, and here's the sad thing, is Central Kentucky is already up to over 50%. I think we're hovering around 35.
Yeah.
So we need to get we got to get our numbers up.
And in 07, when I took over, I think population was what, about 44,000?
44,000, and the next census it fell to 38, I believe.
38 in 2010, so now it'll probably even be less than that.
Well, what's concerning to me is with this pandemic, you have a lot of these elderly that's not going to get out, period.
Exactly.
I mean, they're not going to get out, period, and we have such such a huge population of seniors out there. So we have to make sure we reach out to these people and help them, and if we need to get our laptops or folks when there's seniors program, get them involved to help them. So we have to do what we can. We have to get this number up, or all of our funding is going to be gone, and we're going to lose house seats. Not just on the state but federal level also. It affects everything. So, but if you can help your family members out, get this census filled out. Also, I want to thank the quickly, I want to thank the Oxford DAV. They made a $1,000 contribution to our senior citizens meals program yesterday. I want to thank them. I also want to,
Who was that last one, I'm sorry?
the Oxford DAV,
Okay.
that's post 18. I also want to thank the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the Martin Ward, for their contribution. They contributed 40,000 pounds of dry goods to the Fiscal Court for us to distribute. I want to thank Dale McKinney, Kevin Spurlock for their help in securing this donation, and that was huge. That was a full trailer. What was it, 28, 30 pallets, Mark?
28.
28? Yeah, of food. So that's going to go a long way towards helping folks in our community. So we're doing what we can to try to get the folks fed, and people are stepping up. That's what's great about people here in Floyd County. We're stepping up and trying to help each other. Okay, next we have the second reading of the jail budget. This is resolution. We got a motion and a second already. Okay.
Magistrate Mark Ryder?
Four.
Magistrate George Usley?
Or,
Magistrate Mike Hackett?
Yeah.
And then Magistrate Ronnie Hill.
Next we have transfers.
Motion.
second.
Myra, you want to call roll, please?
Magistrate Mark Ryder?
Four.
Magistrate George Usley?
Yes.
Magistrate Mike Hackett?
Yeah.
And Magistrate Ronnie Hill.
Second that.
George?
What? Yeah, George.
Next we have resolution 3, which is the claims list.
Motion.
I got a question on something. On that 16 audit, David,
Uh-huh.
30, is that something we'll, 17, 18, 19? Are we that far behind in paying?
Basically, it's all bins. I mean, he didn't do the audits because the state said they was gonna do it, and then they didn't do it, and David Garrett broke his hand, and then just got behind. And they did 3 years in a row.
3 years in a row?
But
So that's 3 years audits?
No, that's 1 year.
That's 1 year.
Yeah. It's a high price.
Oh, that's the one, that's the audit for the ones at the state. Is that the state or is that the independent?
That's the independent.
Okay. Yeah, our fees now we're negotiating them.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, and it's just like on these state audits, they give you a rate. I asked them for an engagement letter, and in the engagement letter, I asked them, I wanted them to address the fiscal court once they completed the audit. I want them to deliver the audit and physically sit here in the courtroom and go over the audit with us. They won't do it. They said they no longer do that. They will present it to us in an executive session with the county attorney, myself, and one magistrate, and that's it. That's what the state, and they charge their own rate. What that rate is set, and,
They said travel time and everything.
everything, absolutely.
I think most people don't even know that we have to pay the state auditor to audit us.
Yeah, yeah,
Most people
yeah,
don't have a clue about that.
that's right.
Well, if they don't do it, then you have to have an outside firm, and then the state
You gotta pay
audits
them.
them again.
You
So
gotta
this
pay
one
them.
here, we'll have another audit bill on that.
In years past, the bills we've seen, the state auditor's office charged more than private
Oh,
office.
state auditor the first year was,
Almost 200 grand, wasn't it?
no, it was 70-some thousand.
What'd you say was 70,000?
I guess.
State auditor's bill?
The
Yeah.
state auditor's bill was 70 for 1 year?
So,
Wow.
if this is what, 4 years old? And it's on the agenda to pass a policy to, what is it,
120 days out.
120 days, so.
But they not submitted an invoice, it's two different things. You're looking at, we had the records still there, we're waiting for them to come and do it. They submitted us an invoice, if they did, it's not been that long since they started it.
The audit was just recently completed.
That's the difference, is when the audit completes, it's not what year it's from.
No,
But But the resolution today is to require billings to come to us within 120 days.
Yes.
But we're required by statute to pay valid bills within 30.
In 30 days.
Yeah. But what we're running into, guys, is we've got people bringing us invoices in here from 2 years ago, and they're valid invoices. They're from, performing services for other agencies within the county. And,
Well, I was hoping if we pass that later on in the meeting, that we wouldn't have to pay that 33.
there you go. That'd be nice. Go ahead. No, we should have passed that first and then did the claims list.
I would strongly suggest you pay your auditors.
Yeah, those are, listen, your accountants and your attorneys, you want to pay, trust me, so.
We have a motion, need a second.
Mike made a motion, we need a second.
Ron?
Myra, you want to call roll, please?
Yes. Magistrate Mark Ryder.
Or,
Magistrate George Usley.
Yes.
Magistrate Mike Tackett.
Yeah.
And Magistrate Ronnie Yeager.
But now we're doing everything we can to get these audits caught up. We're actually, David has everything through the 18-19, and we have actually, the state has actually already started on the 18-19, correct. So we're getting these audits caught up as soon as possible. Next, we have Mountain Comp. This is on the grants. You make a motion, Mike?
Yes, I did.
Got a second?
Second.
Myra, you want to call roll, please?
Magistrate Mark Ryder.
or,
Magistrate George Usley.
Yes.
Magistrate Mike Tackett.
Yeah.
And Magistrate Ronnie Yeager.
Okay, next is the open the bid on the project at B4. We just have one bid, and that is from NATCO.
Motion to accept.
It may be $1 million, Mike. Better wait till we read
Yeah,
it.
you better wait.
Don't
Yeah.
matter. We got,
I don't know about that.
Well, I guess my understanding, the reason we only have one bid is because of the length of the steel.
can't be that much.
It's 22,926. Is that within what our estimates? Okay. All right, Mike, you made a motion to accept?
What was it?
22,926. 22,926.
I'll second.
Second. Myra, you want to call roll, please?
It's in our district.
Okay. Magistrate Mark Ryder.
Or,
Magistrate George Usley.
Yes.
Magistrate Mike Tackett.
Yeah.
And Magistrate Ronnie Yeager.
What was that bidding?
$22,926.
What do you got?
Next is the Homeland Security grant that we applied for.
Motion. Second.
Myra, you want to call roll, please?
Magistrate Mark Ryder.
or,
Magistrate George Usley.
Yes.
Magistrate Mike Tackett.
Yeah.
And Magistrate Ronnie Yeager.
And next is Resolution 7, which Ronnie was talking about. This is on the invoice policy. Let's see here. And that was 120 days, is that correct?
Yeah.
So what we're saying is all valid invoices have to be submitted to the Fiscal Court within 120 days of completion of work in order to get paid.
Motion. Second.
Myra, you want to call roll, please?
Magistrate Mark Ryder.
or,
Magistrate George Usley.
Yes.
Magistrate Mike Tackett.
Yeah.
And Magistrate Ronnie Yeager.
And next, we have Resolution 8, which is the, for one of our road employees to get their rate increase after their six-month probationary period.
Second.
You made a second, okay. Myra, you want to call roll, please?
Magistrate Mark Ryder.
or,
Magistrate George Usley.
Yes.
Magistrate Mike Tackett.
Yeah.
And Magistrate Ronnie Yeager.
And need a motion for adjournment.
Motion.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it.